welcome to my channel, Mary Bourne ND and Gardening with Granny. And we're talking about the fourth week of the Pantry Challenge, which is January 19th to the 24th for me. And like most of the country, we are experiencing extremely cold weather. So far, the storm that is sweeping across the country has not affected us. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow. Right now, the temperature is -7 out there, and we haven't seen negative degree weather in a while. But every so often, we get hit with some very cold weather. I'm very grateful to be in a nice, warm, cozy home with plenty of food and ways to cook it. So I hope that things are going well for you, that you're able to find some joy in this. The sun is shining, it's gorgeous out there. I'm glad I'm not having to work out there. So, a recap of the week. Uh, Finally making a big headway in getting my refrigerator cleaned out and working on the food that's in the freezer attached to it. So this week I took chicken, it was cooked already, out of the freezer up here, and I had broccoli left over and made a broccoli cheesy chicken soup, and that was delicious. And if my screen is working properly, you'll see a little QR code that'll bring little QR code that'll bring you to my website where the recipes will be listed. So I've been working hard on improving my website. I've been working hard on learning the new Canva program. So we'll see. Leave comments in below if you have the ability to do that. If you're watching from a TV, I don't think you can leave comments. But if you're watching from an iPhone or from regular phone, it should be available to you. And if you're watching by computer. So the QR code is basically for people who are seeing this on the TV. Otherwise, the link will be in the description below for those who can can find it. Um, and if you are able to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. So I also had in September, I canned apples for apple pie filling, and one didn't seal, so I put it in the refrigerator and used it this week along with some freeze-dried peaches that I had a little bit left over and wanted to get that used up. So I cut up the peaches and put it in the syrup that was in the applesauce apples and blended that, not blended it, but cooked it together and then added dried cranberries. And that made a really lovely fruit compote that I was able to eat. A lot of fruit things have nuts in them, and I can't chew nuts yet. Hopefully, I will be able to at some point. And what else did we have? Salmon patties. I made a little video on salmon patties, and I have the recipe in on my website. So Hopefully you'll use the QR code and follow me there or the description in the description below. Um, so what else has been going? Oh, I did a video on winter sowing, and that should be attached to the end of this video if all goes well. It is interesting. My son, Michael, who was here, is doing teaching by video. He teaches a program for graphic artists, and it's called SketchUp. And his website is called Rocket SketchUp and a Rocket Fuel. And it's all about SketchUp, which is a way for people to draw images of buildings and how it can look in correlation to other things. And so it's an extremely well done video series that he's working on. So anyway, we were able to compare different things on uploading, editing, and how much fun and interest that provides. And he said, Mom, you have to realize that many people your age don't even know how to use a computer. So it made me feel much better. So we had lots of fun with him being here. I guess what you consider normal is where we are right now. Um, and we did do some different eating when he was here. Uh, we we ate a lot of leftovers after he left, and so that's why I don't have a whole lot of meals that I have on my video because we it was just a repeat of some of the things you've already seen. So that's about it. Seems like it went fast. This week went really fast. I just have a little bit more cleaning out of the refrigerator from fresh vegetables. Then I will be on to using vegetables for my main freezer, not just vegetables, but meat as well. Um, we haven't been going through a lot of steak because of the way my teeth were and are. So I have found a way to make them more tender and I can add them to soups. And so that's what I'm striving for next week is to make some kind of a steak soup that I can eat and finish up the carrots that I have in the refrigerator and celery. And then I still have some fresh onions, but I also have frozen onions. So those are the foods we're looking forward to. I have a whole chicken that I hope to thaw and make soup with. So those are some of my goals for next week. So you stay tuned and see how I did on my goals for food. I appreciate you being here for my little sip and chat. I pray that everybody's safe and this coming storm doesn't affect you too terribly, that it blows away quickly and we can get back to normal winter life. um, and enjoy the sunshine that is out there and not be worried about trees, limbs falling or trees falling over or that type of thing. We've had that. We've had our share of ice storms and it's not fun, but you find ways to get through it and always learn from it. Uh, You can learn what you need to have on hand, but I'll tell you, having food storage gives you a sense of security that you don't have to be worried because the grocery store is out of certain different things. Um, it's important to keep a well-stocked pantry, and the pantry includes freezers and storage cupboards and different things. So that's what this program is all about. It is also about gardening, and pretty soon in February I will be starting seed, and I'm glad to be able to do the winter sowing right now. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next one.
Hello and welcome to my channel, Berry Born ND, Gardening with Granny. Today we're going to do some winter sowing. So first of all, we want to go through what seeds are appropriate for winter sowing. And basically, any perennial will be good because perennials drop their seeds and goes through that cold stratification process during winter. And then in spring, when the time is right, they'll pop up. We know that from weeds. But you can also plant other cold hardy veggies and flowers. Some of the vegetables I've done in the past were spinach, bok choy, uh, a lot of them along where if it gets too hot, they don't like it. So even cilantro would go in that category. However, I'm not a fan of cilantro. So I'm going to go through some of the seeds I have left over from last year and see what is appropriate uh, for winter sowing. Now this is Sweet William, and Sweet William is definitely one that can be sown in the spring, but it looks like I might not have any seeds. No seeds. Let's see what else. Oh, let's do some spinach. Spinach does well in winter sowing, and I've grown it before. Peppers do not do well. They need warmth. And so generally speaking, when I do my peppers, I like to put them on a heat mat. So let's see, these are a couple of the many boxes I have. Basil, I think basil would be a really good one to do. So let's do some basil. We have lettuce, but I kind of like to put lettuce in my green stalk. There's a gourd mix. I'm not sure about that. And carrots, onions. Now, onions are good, but you have to transplant them. And when you transplant them, you have to kind of be careful of the roots. I usually grow them indoors, and I don't put them on a heat mat, but I do put them on a overhead light. I've done it in where you broadcast some and maybe got 20 seeds in a little container, and that has worked really well. Then when it comes time, you separate the seedlings and plant them individually to continue growing until it's time for them to be put outside. I usually get my onions from Dixondale, and I have been very pleased with the size of the onions I get. However, I also like to grow green onions. And so when I start out an onion, it can be spring onion, or it can be a regular onion. Just take it out when you think it's a good size. So I'm going to go through some more of the packages here, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I found 4 that I want to do. Um, the other day, my husband was kind enough to cut open the jugs. Now, we don't buy milk, so we do buy juice. And so we're going to try this. This is a bit of an experiment as far as jugs are concerned. My understanding, any plastic jug will work as long as you have the lid off so that rain can get in. And the 4 that I've chosen, since I only have 4 jugs, are asters. Now, asters are a beautiful flower. It's called Valkyrie Mix, and this is from M.I. Gardner. Spinach, also from M.I. Gardner. This is called Giant Noble. We'll give our try at that. And then Italian leaf basil and snapdragons. This is a variety of snapdragon set. I'm really looking forward to. I didn't have any snapdragons last year, and I really missed them. Okay, so now I've got my heavy duty tape here, which is not easy to work with. At least I haven't found it easy to work with. Basically, you want to tape it all around, because the next time you open this will be for checking it and maybe planting. This is such sticky tape. And it closes up right away, so you have trouble finding the opening. It looks like I'm doing okay here. Good old duct tape. Okay, there we go. And since it's black tape, I've got a white marker here. Mixed snaps. And then in my calendar, I put down the day I put them in the containers. And then I'm going to go outside and put them in a spot where they'll be protected from a lot of wind, but still get sunshine and rain. So that's it for the jugs. I'm going to continue planting the other ones we talked about, and see you in the next video. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope that it was helpful and that you enjoyed it. and I'll see you in the next one.